Here's a unique and engaging story based on your prompt. The day she roared, the small diner on the corner of Lexington Avenue had always been a hub of activity in the heart of the town. It was the kind of place where regulars came for coffee in the morning. Families gathered for dinner, and life stories were exchanged over greasy burgers. But beneath the friendly atmosphere, tension simmered just below the surface, one that would come to a breaking point when a young black waitress named Tasha decided enough was enough. Tasha had been working at Gracie's Diner for 3 years. She was known for her bright smile and quick wit. Her regulars loved her. She remembered every order, every story, and every name. But her manager, Carl, a bitter, middle-aged man with an ego bigger than the diner itself, seemed to have made it his mission to make her life miserable. Carl's comments were always subtle, but they cut deep. "Are you sure your people know how to be on time?" he'd mutter if she clocked in even a minute late. "Surprised you can count the change so fast," he'd say when she balanced her till perfectly. Tasha tried to brush it off, telling herself it wasn't worth the fight. But the weight of his words followed her home every night. One Friday evening, the diner was packed. The smell of sizzling bacon filled the air, and the sound of clinking glasses and chatter echoed through the room. Tasha was rushing between tables, balancing trays, taking orders, and flashing her signature smile. Carl was standing behind the counter, arms folded, watching her every move like a hawk. As she handed a plate of pancakes to a young boy at table 4, Carl barked, "Tasha? Back here. Now." The tone of his voice made the entire diner fall silent. She walked to the counter, her stomach knotting. "Yes, Carl?" she asked, keeping her voice steady. He held up a plate of food. "This is wrong. Again. Did you even bother to check the order before you sent it out? Or is paying attention too much to ask?" Tasha clenched her jaw. "That's not my mistake. I didn't take that order." "Oh, so now you're blaming others?" Typical. The words hung in the air like a slap. The room was silent, all eyes on them. Tasha could feel the heat rising in her chest. But this time, something inside her snapped. She wasn't going to let him humiliate her again. "No," she said, her voice loud and clear. "What's typical is you treating me like I'm beneath you. What's typical is you undermining me, insulting me, and thinking I'll just take it because I need this job. But not today, Carl. Not anymore." Gasps rippled through the diner. Carl's face turned red as he sputtered, "You can't talk to me like that." "Why not?" Tasha shot back. "You've been talking to me like this for years." "I'm done." The room erupted in applause. Regulars who had seen Carl's behavior before stood up, clapping and cheering. "You tell him, Tasha," someone shouted. Even the cooks in the back peeked out to join in the support. Carl looked around, realizing the tide had turned against him. "Fine," he muttered, trying to save face. "If you don't like the way I run things, maybe you should leave." Tasha smiled, picking up her apron and tossing it onto the counter. "Gladly. But don't think for a second this is over." She turned to the crowd. "Thank you all for your support. Now, if anyone needs me, I'll be filing a report with the labor board." The applause grew louder as she walked out the door, her head held high. Epilogue: a month later, the diner was under new management. After Tasha filed her report, an investigation revealed Carl's years of discriminatory behavior. He was fired, and the diner's owner personally apologized to Tasha, begging her to come back. She agreed on the condition that she'd be promoted to assistant manager. On her first day back, the regulars greeted her with flowers and cheers. As she stood behind the counter, overseeing the bustling diner, she couldn't help but smile. This was her victory, not just for herself, but for anyone who'd ever been made to feel small. Sometimes the roar of a single voice is all it takes to remind the world that respect is not a privilege, it's a right.